That's fine. But the second thing is, and I got to go to this. Let's talk about your helpful tips. Let's talk about who's on that suggested user list, and I'm going to actually pull it up because I just did the screenshots here. And I got to tell you right off the bat, if you do not have a kid, you have no business being on a suggested user list for kids.
Agreed.
Let me repeat myself. Wait, no, you know what, Robert, repeat for me, please. Brother man, go ahead. Somebody.
Who are some on the list? I briefly saw like 3 names.
Wait, no. Hold on. Let me just pull up this screenshot. Let's see here. Sorry about this. I should have already had this part prepared, and I thought I did. Yeah, please forgive me.
We got all
the same thing we run into with educational software. Kids want to play Call of Duty. They don't want to play, Fatty Bear does Shakespeare.
I need to say one thing. I'm going to be beyond pissed if some 13-year-old freaking kid is the first person in Google Plus to make $1 million in this space. I'm going to be livid.
Probably.
Okay. Well, as long as it's your 13-year-old kid, you won't be so livid. So let me talk about this one. So first of all, and I don't know about some of these people. They have 25. I didn't scroll through everyone. We have Thomas Hawk. We have Trey. I know Trey has some littler ones. We have Felicia Day. And then we scroll down a bit. We have Martha Stewart. I think she has one, but...
What?
Thank you.
A kid's going to follow Martha Stewart?
Felon.
No. Forget the felon thing. Look at pure content. Martha Stewart?
Okay, I know, but hold on.
That doesn't even make sense.
Okay. Material Girl Collection. Someone's going to have to educate me. The Muppets and Ford. Really, dude? We want them following businesses now?
Maybe Muppets, Ford.
The Annoying Orange? That kind of sounds cool.
100%. I totally agree with that one. Because they're going to find them anyway.
Okay, so, and that's what I thought too. Melanie Amaro, I don't know who that is. Big Time Rush, Madonna and Usher. They're going to find those people anyway. Do they really need to be on the suggested user? It doesn't matter. Here's my favorites. World Economic Forum, Good Morning America, Time, Limor Friend. I don't know who that is.
They're gifted kids. They wake up in the morning and read the New York Times. They're like, I really want to know how.
I got to fly my 9-year-old out to
guys.
Go short on... Billy, go short on orange futures, I'm sure.
Okay, so they got the New England Patriots. You know why I'm mad about that? What's up with my Denver Broncos, Joe? Like, that's just ain't cool. Ain't
Why
cool,
would you
man.
let kids follow the donkeys? Seriously.
Please.
That's just cruel.
Please.
It's an election year.
Okay? None of our, at least in this past season, have gotten arrested. Okay, never mind.
You mean, Ermine, they don't have Master Economics with Bernie Madoff? He's not recommended?
Right.
Actually, if you pay for the first class, you get the next 2 free, but then you have to pay for 4.
All right. But here, okay, you guys ready for this one?
They certainly are putting Yogscast on there.
Okay, here's the next one.
The Minecraft Yogscast guys.
All right, so we have Robert Scoble, Marshall Kirkpatrick, Amanda Blaine,
These are for kids?
I kid you not. I didn't even hit continue because there's a continue at the bottom.
Kids don't need to follow Amanda Blaine.
Okay. This is the stuff that I talk about, and I know, like, not everything can be thought through and fleshed out, but here's the one thing I feel a little bit more comfortable about, is at least they get some feedback. At least they've asked for it more than most social networks, and I'm really hoping that somebody in there that hangs out and has more of a business sense and what as parents like to complain about sense.
Can they hire middle schoolers for a week, pay them under the table? We won't tell anybody. I mean, if not for the fact that I don't necessarily think that these guys are terribly inappropriate, but they're boring as heck to a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, really?
Yeah, my son's going to be enthralled with that guy.
And that'll, but you know what?
I mean, the talking orange, I get.
But it could be that they don't want to make it too sticky for kids, right? Maybe they don't want kids really hanging out here.
I'm sorry.
No.
Ermine, I'm sorry. What word did you just say? They don't want to make it too what? Okay, maybe you don't want to go there. Maybe that's
right. No. I just meant like that list is the surest way to piss off some parents. You're not going into Google Plus. It's the second surest way potentially to make sure kids don't come back. Ari's like, okay, really? I'm going to hang out and watch these people that never post.
Isn't Madonna like a grandmother now?
Well,
I mean, nothing wrong with grandmothers, but.
Ermine, you said a very interesting word there. People that never post are people like Miranda Cosgrove on that list, iCarly. Or was she one of the celebrities that Google paraded out to be like, look how cool we are? It was PR and publicist people, and now they're gone. Back to like Facebook or Twitter.
Why don't they post like doctors on the suggested user list? That'd be kind of cool. Like professionals, any kind of professional except for lawyers. But,
I know
like
a neurosurgeon.
doctors. That'd be kind of cool.
All right, so here's the last part, and this is what I loved. Do you know how easy it was for me to create an account for under 13?
Very easy. Very easy, I know.
Yep. And the reality of the situation is we're all going to, it's not the people of us that want to stay away from kids. It's the pervs, it's the whack jobs, it's this, that, and the other, and all of a sudden they're hanging out with the kids because they stay. Yeah, they're 13.
Other kids
I don't know
as
there's
well.
anything you can do about that, period, except for force a double follow. Anyway.
You know what I find really, really odd?
What?
Is that they're going to spend time and pay people to audit your name
Right.
if it doesn't match the names policy. But they're not going to stop the guy from having a good time Saturday night with no clothes on in a hangout. I find that really, really bothersome.
And they do have some security features. Hold on.
You know what?
No. Hold on. Let me finish on this one because Bradley Horowitz did post this, and I did have to give him a little bit of kudos for some of this. One is that if you join a hangout and like if you're all kids in a hangout or something like this, and someone joins you, they automatically come in blocked out, and you can't hear anything from them. I don't know if that helps at all because it wouldn't take long. And
Unless
then
that's
vice versa,
new.
if you're an adult.
Unless that's new in the last 24 hours, I joined a hangout with a bunch of kids.
Oh, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's if a kid joins your hangout, they come in blocked, like they can't see anything. And okay, you might be right.
Yeah, I think.
No. Again, makes no sense. Makes no sense. Why? I'm really sorry, Darylyn, but I mean,
No, okay.
how is Google Plus going to know if that is a 13-year-old? Because anybody can masquerade as anybody. Again,
Right.
so I mean, it's not. I mean, you're only getting it from the age that he has mentioned.
We talked about people being in hangouts without their pants on and stuff, but I've seen something else more frequently that I find just as disturbing, particularly for my 13-year-old, and that is casual drug use in hangouts where someone whips out their bong and takes a big whiff and hit on it.
Yeah, and that's been from the beginning.
And being adults and being that people can make their own choices, we're like, it's like, you do what you want to do, whatever. But I got a problem if my kid's in a hangout and someone does that, because then as adults, how are we? That's a problem.
And yeah,
That is a
not
problem.
just- look. You're exactly right, Robert. And it's not casual. It's a guy holding up a bag of stuff. He's grinding stuff. He's got his water bubbles going. I mean, it's not being hidden at all. And
the message that was sent out that was said that a 13-year-old could enter a hangout and then would be kicked out of the hangout and asked if he would like to re-enter. And I just thought that's ridiculous. If I was 13, I'd be right on that. Yes, of course I want to go back in that.
That's troll central. The fact that I can go into a hangout that's got kids in it and it will boot them. Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
You just handed all the trolls and griefers the nicest wrapped gift you could ever give them.
So we should all just get like a 13-year-old account just so we could start booting weirdos from it.
Boot
Going
or
back
be
to what
booted, right?
Hassan said, the issues that pervade the younger age, where you can lie and they can't control it, because we were talking about almost an honor system. We're here from the beginning. There are issues that have always existed, and you talked about your kids have been on for a while. The real issue is the advertising to children. They're saying, come to our network, and you can't reverse that. You can never go back. You can't be like, oh, we changed our mind, kick all 13-year-old accounts. It's done. We have kids here now. So how is this going to either
That is the
change
question
our
of the
network
day.
inherently?
That is the last question before we go to break. What do we do now? That's it. What do we do? We're parents. What do we do?
Well, you should be asking the questions, but I'm very curious as to why you signed your daughter up. Just neutral question. My kids are younger, so I don't know what I would do.
I can
don't
tell
have to
you.
confirm
I
it.
was actually going to tell it in the closing. I
Okay.
actually have a different perspective than most people on here, and I play the opposite angle. The reason I signed my daughter up is she's 14 years old, and I want to actually expose her to stuff, but because the reality of it is, that's the way life is.
And also then you make it less like the forbidden fruit.
I did. I absolutely, otherwise it is completely forbidden. I will not go for that, because let me tell you what she realized on her own, okay? And this was me saying, have at it. Number one, she realized there's some awesome people out there. Hassan, Robert, I wonder who else she's hung out with. There's a few other people. They've taught her stuff culturally. They've taught her stuff about other people in the United States, and it's been a wonderful experience.
Mm.
Second thing is, it was a way for her to express herself. She was able to write great poetry, open diary project, whatever it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The third thing that she got from it is that Mom trusts her. But here was what was awesome. The second all those creepy little men started circling her and following her, and then there wasn't other kids around, she was like, this isn't for me. I have better things to do. I'm going to go live my life. And she chose to get on out. The reason I gave it to her was just in case this happened. Do you know what would have happened if she came into this space and there was a bunch of 13-year-olds that she could connect with? And the creepers, and the this, and the that? That would have been harder for me as a parent to get her to see the light. And honey, I get tired of preaching. At this age, I can't preach anymore. She either has the values or she don't. So
yeah,
when
I mean, if I had the choice, I would rather that my kid be on this space than Facebook. I mean, I have a better relationship with the adults in this space that I know that I have a face-to-face contact with, and if I have a problem with someone, I can go find them and talk to them about it. Facebook,
I'd rather.
She's not allowed to have Facebook.
I'd rather have them be on Facebook than here. My kids already saw this place, and they're like, what? No. And there's a controlled relationship on Facebook, where here it's the discovery mechanism like Twitter. There is no establishment. There is no mutual follow. I know every single person that is connected to my kids on Facebook.
Well, maybe I'm the conservative grandpa in the room, but my kids don't even know Twitter exists, Facebook exists, or Google Plus exists.
Wait, how old are your kids?
Well, they're pretty young. I've got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and some people say, oh, well, wait, it's because they're 5. But now, wait a minute. I'm a tech guy, and my 5-year-old can start Windows, install a program from CD, go online, and navigate to his favorite websites at 5. He knows how to get to PBS. You know, he knows how to get to other websites that are okay for him. If I showed him this, he would know how to get on and hang out.
Right.
He comes in the room,
I agree with that.
sees the video, and I just start blacking it all or closing the window.
Friends with common interest is the tipping point.
I have kids exactly the same age, and I feel conflicted about the fact that they're on camera regularly. And just last night, you know, my little girl was saying, she said, oh my God, Mommy, she said, oh my God. So, like, whatever shocks them, you're not even going to necessarily know what kind of jars for them.
But very few people have ever seen my kids.
I'm mystified that it happened so suddenly. I'm mystified that nobody put any thought into the suggested users. It's like some kind of random, not even an algorithm, just some kind of weird monkey at a dartboard got those names out.
Probably go talk to some parents about that. I mean,
you think they would? And the thing is, I let them know. I just let them know that, hey, you know what? There's a couple things that are just too unsafe here. Please, please, please have a discussion with us. When we come back, we are going to promote these guys to Sergey Brin and Mark Zuckerberg, and we're going to ask them what would they do to keep kids safe on social media. Right when we come back. Thank you. Great job, you guys. That was a rocking show. We are going to, I'm sorry, I know that we're at a break. We'll be back in like 10 seconds, but if you can, I'm buying you some time to think of some strategic solutions, some ideas that you really have, and some of that started to come in at the end. And let's just go down the line. Brad, if you don't mind if I start with you, I'll go to Darylyn, Eli, Eric, Hassan. I'll end it up. Actually, I'll let Robert end up this one, and then Renata, then Robert. Quick question for you guys. We usually do this like +1, -1 section of this show, and it will be between Facebook typically and Google+. Do you guys want us to do that? You want to give us a +1 or a -1 on product, on the actual product and branding the product, or would you rather not? So is it like thumbs up or thumbs down for Facebook? Thumbs up or thumbs down for Google+?
In regards to kids?
Yes. Well, no, it's just in general. Not in regards to kids. It's in general. So we'll actually do that segment then, and we will come back here shortly. I'll do quick introductions, and